Do not be alarmed. It's just a couple of guys. Who are these guys? Ray Regina, beloved former mayor of St. Charles, lifetime educator, and Pat Crimmins, a Geneva lawyer, but he's actually okay. From Elgin to Aurora, from Naperville to Elburn, these guys are gonna talk everything. So, here's Pat and Ray.
Hello friends, welcome to Baseball 2025. We're at Northwestern Medicine Field, Pat and I. Pat Crimmins. Always living a field of dreams every day.
Every day.
And yours truly, Ray Regina, a suffering Sox fan who finds serenity in the Kane County Cougars. And Pat, this is one of the fun parts of this podcast, to be able to come here on several occasions and do things here at the Northwestern Medicine Field. And our guest today, our guy, Curtis Haug, ready for a gold jacket, I think.
Oh yeah, and defending champs. So it's going to be an interesting year, and they've got new offerings at the stadium, so it'll be exciting.
Curtis is going to talk about all of that, and this, again, he's such an affable guy in terms of giving us information and providing you, the fans, with all kinds of stuff, all things Cougars. And so we're going to take a small break, and when we come back, we're going to have the award-winning general manager, as Pat said, of the defending American Association champions, Kane County Cougars, Curtis Haug, in just a moment. You stay tuned.
The Kane County Cougars are back for the summer. The best family entertainment around features sunshine, baseball, and fireworks through Labor Day. With great food, world-class entertainment, exciting giveaways, and running the bases after every game, there's something for everyone at a Cougars game. Thirsty Thursdays feature $2 beer, pop, and half-price hot dogs. And for Sunday day games, a $15 ticket will get you $15 right back in concessions cash to spend at the ballpark. Come on out to beautiful Northwestern Medicine Field this summer for sunshine, baseball, and fireworks, and make your family memories today.
Hello, friends. This is Ray Regina. Take a trip through the cosmos as the 𝐂𝐮 Symphony Orchestra's season concludes with The Planets. May 3rd and 4th in the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 Cultural Center, music director Chad Goodman leads the 𝐂𝐿 Symphony in Gustav Holst's sonic celestial showpiece, The Planets. Tickets start at just $20. Order yours online, anytime, at 𝐂𝐿𝐿Symphony.org. Well, we're back, and very pleased to have, in the artery or veins of Northwestern Medicine Field, how's that sound? Our friend, our guest, and probably getting very close now to receiving that gold jacket as the longest standing interview of just a couple of guys, our friend Curtis Haug. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you guys here at the ballpark. Look, we always look forward to this time of year.
We do, because we have numerous questions.
Yes.
Let me start by Pat and I privately, but we're going to say it publicly, want to congratulate you on last year's American Association Championship. You did a great job, and the fans responded, and
Championship
points.
Yeah,
Curtis gave us a
points, championship rings.
You can't beat this.
Pictures of us with the trophy.
The trophy.
I think there was champagne in there. I think we had
champagne was in that cup at one point.
Okay.
It is a championship organization, and let's just admit to that, and let's move along. But, you won the championship. Everybody disbanded for the rest of the year, and here you are at Northwestern Medicine Field in November. Take us through from November to today. What's transpired?
Oh my goodness, it's just a lot. The championship run. First of all, we run through the playoffs, go 7-0. We sweep Lake Country. We sweep Chicago, which was probably the most rewarding thing in the world, and then we sweep Winnipeg. So we end up going 7-0. We outscore the opponents 23-9. The ERA was under 1. It was just one heck of a run.
You won the championship in Canada.
In Canada.
That's right.
In Winnipeg. Against the 𝐁𝐸 in front of like 6,000 fans. So it was really cool.
Was it chilly?
It was kind of like today.
Brisk.
A little brisk. But Canadians are used to that.
Right.
So since November, since the championship, and in the off season, there's just a lot going on. People don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes at a minor league baseball organization in the off season. And we're planning, we're organizing, we're selling, we're putting together basically the plans for 50 shows. We have 50 shows that we put on in the spring and summer, and that's what we're doing. And in the meantime, while all this is going on, getting ready for the new season, our previous owner, Dr. Bob, decides he's going to sell the team.
Right.
So here we go. We have all this due diligence that we have to do during the off season for the new ownership group, and it's called Rev Entertainment is the new group, and Rev Entertainment is actually the entertainment arm of the Texas Rangers. So we are technically now Texas Rangers and
Part of the great
employees.
corporate
Yeah.
structure.
And am I right? I thought I read this somewhere in all your releases. They also have an interest in one of your rivals, the
Yes.
Claiborne Railroaders.
One of our big rivals and one of the teams in our division that we are battling constantly. Probably they're the team that we have the best games against every year. It's just amazing. We have 6 straight usually because you have to go down there or they come up here, and they're usually really good baseball games. And it's just, it's different to have a team in your division that's owned by the same group, but it is what it is. It should be good.
So part of what you do as general manager is to aid and assist in the construction of the roster. And that's been going on since November as well. You lose players, you gain players. Where are we as it relates to the roster as it stands?
Right now we have 17 guys on the roster. Of that 17, one of them is a new acquisition. The rest of them are guys that were here last year. So
That's
Chris Mazza is the only new guy that we have signed right now. But, of course, in that championship roster, we had guys that retired, guys that had just moved on in their lives. But of the 17 guys that we have now, 16 of them are returnees, which is
and
good.
we were talking offline. Mazza is a former major leaguer.
Former major league player and has played with 3 different organizations and should be a good pitcher for us.
Now, let me ask this. How many players will you eventually need? 25 or what is
We'll
it?
probably end up around 23, 24, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll have, it looks like the core will be back. You have your Josh Allen, you have your Gally Cribbs down the middle, and then you've got Claudio. Claudio will be playing third base again. Todd Lott's back. We got Trendon Craig back. We've got Armand Upshaw, and we got quite a pitching staff back. So we should be solid.
So how do we do it? What's the process? Are we scouting somebody, or are we just dealing with lawyers and contracts, or how does it work?
It's pretty much you're dealing with a lot of agents out there, agents around that have, a stable full of players, and, whether they're released from a major league club or whatever it might be, and hey, they're looking for a place to play, they want to continue their career, they want to put that uniform back on and see if they can, get re-signed.
I'm not looking at creating bulletin board material. But does the general manager today and the manager have a sense of the teams in the league that are going to be solid and strong, and those that will be below 500?
For sure. And I think the top 4 teams right now are obviously Kane County is probably, I would say that we're the favorite to win it.
You got to say that.
And then you've got Cleburne, you've got Lake Country in our division who are really solid, and it looks like Winnipeg will be good again as well. The team that we actually beat in the championship. So that should be. I would say those 4 right now are the front runners.
He mentions Winnipeg, so I have to get this in. I wrote it down as a question I asked you last year and so forth. This is the epitome of minor league baseball. However, the fact that you have 2 different trips during the year that are pretty long. The trip to Claiborne, Texas is what, 18 hours?
Oh, it's a long trip. 18 hours on a bus. And typically that trip is in August, but this year we get it out of the way in May, which should be nice. Hopefully it'll be cooler.
Yes, that's right.
August can be brutal down there.
Nothing worse than a hot
As you
bus.
alluded to, you go down there for 6 games, and when they come here, They come here for 6
Yeah.
games.
It's only Cleburne that we do that with.
And then the other one, though, I looked at they scheduled. The other long one is you make this trek, you stop in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, then on to Winnipeg.
Yep.
And that's almost as long in terms of the mileage.
And it looks like this year, guys, that May and June, we knock out the long trips. We knock out Fargo, Cleburne, Winnipeg, and Sioux Falls. We knock them all out by June 8th or 9th. We're done with those big trips, which is nice. But those are brutal trips. That's
Now,
for sure.
I think everyone wants to know whether the tariffs are going to impact your playing in Canada.
I don't know, but the tariffs have impacted our business a little bit because some of the things that we get from overseas, whether it's premium items or team store items, whatever it might be, have been impacted by it. Not a whole lot. Even another one is fireworks. Fireworks is another thing that comes from over there, and so far so good. It hasn't been too bad, but there has been a few percentage points added to our bill.
If I may, the new management structure, will that impact the fact that you guys play in the association, or is there any hope that you might become affiliated?
Yeah, you talked about that last year too. That's a good. I like that question because, where are we at on that?
I think it's a good question, but I don't think it's going to impact us too much right now.
Right.
The 120 teams in minor league baseball still have 5 years left on their license agreements with Major League Baseball. So I would say maybe we get 3-4 years down the road, there might be some possibility for that. But at this point, I don't see a whole lot.
And in order to accomplish that, you told us before, I think, that there would have to be some major investment in the ballpark, that kind of thing.
For sure. But, with this new ownership group, they've expressed interest in doing some pretty good capital improvements to the ballpark, whether it's fan experience or player experience.
Well, I like the fact that, and this again was in the press release, is the fact that they've said, hey, Kane County Cougars are here to stay. There was no, you get new ownership, you always wonder about, well, they're going to pick up and leave or what. That was made very clear, and and you have you led the league in attendance, so we know you have a good solid core of fans.
Yep, and I think guys, you have to realize they made an investment in our club, in this organization. But you really got to look at it too. They're making an investment in our staff, and we have one of the great front office staffs here and most experienced and successful front office staffs in all of baseball. And I think that's something they invested in too. And hopefully they can take us to another level with their resources.
So no major changes on the horizon as far as you know or expect?
As far as at this point, I don't think so because just the timing of it. It's April, the season's about to start. I don't think any major changes.
Outside of the podcast, throwing out the first pitch or something like that, or having our own booth, maybe.
You guys really, we got to get you down there with maybe a dual first pitch.
Yeah, I like that. We'll start
Manager
now.
Manager and coaches remain the same.
George will be back as our skipper. Our pitching coach will be David again, Holmberg. The hitting coach, we're still looking for one because I don't know if you guys know this, but our previous hitting coach, Matt Passerell, took the skipper job at Chicago.
Oh.
So
the Dogs.
He's gone. Yeah. Little
gone to the Dogs.
He's gone to the Dogs. Right. He's gone
I'm
to
telling
the Dogs.
a joke now.
He's always with the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of fun at the ballpark, we're going to take a small break, and we come back. I got a laundry list of things as far as what's going to happen at the ballpark this year, from food and promotions to concerts, and we know you're chock full of goodies in that area. So we'll take a break, and then we come back with Curtis Haug. We're going to talk about fun at the old ballpark. You stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina, and I want to introduce you to a great Fox Valley institution. Fox Valley Credit Union is a member-owned, nonprofit, cooperative financial institution dedicated to providing accessible and affordable financial services to the community with locations in Aurora and Oswego. Its services include savings, checking, debit cards, money market, IRAs, CDs, and more. It also offers mortgages, Visa credit cards, auto loans, and a variety of other financial services. For information on becoming a member, call Fox Valley Credit Union today at 630-859-2276 or visit them online at foxvalleycu.com.
Billy, what are these chains for?
Has she been naughty this year?
And maybe you've been a bad boy yourself.
Well, this is Billy and Lauren here from the Diamond Air with affordable solutions to correct misbehavior of your loved one, or better yet, reward it.
You can reward that naughty behavior this year with a pair of beautiful solitaire earrings, or already have some? We'll enhance those studs by surrounding them with a halo of brilliant diamonds that we call earring jackets. And for that really naughty behavior, choose from a vast selection of colorless, ideal cut loose diamonds.
Because we buy our diamonds directly from the cutter, skipping the middle guy, you can give her designer quality at half the price.
So call 630-355-RING or come visit us at the Diamond Air, and we will help you keep that special someone naughty all year long.
With the Diamond Air, you will get a larger, better quality diamond for less, because remember, gentlemen, size does matter.
We're back with the award-winning general manager of the Kane County Cougars, our friend Curtis Haug, and the ballpark, we know, is a lot of fun. Pat and I have enjoyed ourselves immensely in all our visits to the ballpark. We appreciate the fact that the Cougars are one of our sponsors again this year on Just a Couple of Guys. So let's start with what's always fun at the ballpark, and that's eats, food, etc. And, you know, Curtis, I went through this list, and I want you to comment on a couple things. This is all your promo. By the way, kccougars.com, you'll find out all this stuff. So we're just highlighting some things, and went to the hot dog list, and you've got Chicago dog, chili cheese dog, mac and cheese dog, pulled pork dog, and explain the flaming hot dog. Flaming hot dog.
Flaming. So we're gonna have this bases loaded hot dog cart on the concourse this year. First time ever. We've always wanted to do a hot dog cart. I mean, we're in Chicago, and you know, hot dogs are big. So, and we've got all these different hot dogs, and we think it's going to be really cool to have this. It's sort of going to replace the. Last year we had the atomic pork chop cart.
Oh yeah.
So this is going to sort of replace that cart on the concourse.
Pat and I enjoy that
That's right.
atomic pork chop.
Pork chop cart.
Oh, please.
And so, in addition to all these hot dogs that we have, we've got 4 different ice creams this year. Can you believe this? We've got Oberweis, Ben & Jerry's, Dippin' Dots, and Blue Bunny. I mean,
Ben and Jerry?
yeah. What ball? You can't go to a ballpark and get 4 different types of ice cream options.
That's fantastic. What about the hot dog from last year that was basically a chocolate long john?
Oh
Is
my
that thing
goodness.
coming back, or did we?
We're going to let that one go away.
The health department
Yeah.
called on that.
We're going to let that. Along with
We
the
had
hot
one
dog.
though.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious.
Was it good?
Oh,
Actually,
God,
pretty good.
yes.
Except for the bacon on top. I
You didn't like the bacon?
sprinkled bacon on top of a long john.
The Bun Dinger. That was
Bun Dinger, that was the name of it.
Okay.
Just to throw out a bone to our local people, Reams Bratwurst are back,
Yeah,
though.
Reams will be
Reams,
back.
and hey, how about our? I hope we're back. Whiskey Acres.
Whiskey,
our guys.
Our
I'll be
guys.
back.
Pat wants a whiskey lemonade. I know.
I love the blended drink.
Yes.
Whatever that
And you know
is.
what? The beer cave has 75,
We had a question. Beer Cave, please.
75 different options for beer in the beer cave. Are you serious?
I know we've been in as a podcast. We've been inside the beer cave.
Yes, we have.
We could do an entire podcast.
Yes,
inside.
just inside the cave.
Yeah.
Especially on a July hot day. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
All right, now I know you like to talk about these promotions here because they've been staples at the ballpark. I went through the schedule and I see 9 Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah.
So that means what? $2 beers?
$2 beers, $2 sodas, and half price hot dogs.
All right,
Wow.
including the flaming dog, half price.
No.
Not the specialty dog.
Not
regular
special-
dog.
regular dogs.
All right.
And these dogs are on fire.
On fire.
Literally.
Like what's that Greek dish that you get at the restaurant?
Opa.
Opa,
Opa,
Sakanaki.
Saganaki.
Saganaki cheese or something.
So when you buy the flaming dog, you go, Opa!
Okay.
We'd like
Now,
to thank the local fire departments for being here.
6, I counted, Sunday Feast. Tell the fans about that
Oh,
again.
Sunday Feast is amazing. You buy a reserve seat ticket for $15, and you get $15 in food vouchers that you can take it to the concession stands. I mean, how can
nice.
you beat that deal?
You
All
can't
right,
beat that.
6 Friday Frenzies.
Friday Frenzies are great. I mean, that's a wonderful family thing. You know, you get the tickets and the different food things that go with it, and a cap goes with the Friday Frenzy night.
A cap.
Yeah,
Nice.
as part of your purchase.
All right, now that's food. I mean, there's more. You just have to get here, and you'll see
Yep.
that you certainly don't want to eat before you come here. That's for sure. All right, let's get to some promotions here. And look at this list here. All right, but I need an explanation. You've got 23 different fireworks nights.
We've got 25 fireworks.
All right, I miscalculated.
And three of those
Please, mega fireworks.
mega fireworks.
Tell me about mega fireworks.
If you've not seen a mega fireworks show here, you guys, you're really missing out. So the fireworks shows in general are really awesome. They're done by Pyrotechnical, world-renowned Pyrotechnical. They do Navy Pier, they do the Bears, they do all the big venues in Chicago, and the mega shows. In addition to the normal fireworks show, they're doing fireworks from off the field as well. So not only do you have the ones from the back of the ballpark, but you have the ones from on the field.
Are the mega fireworks identified on the schedule?
Yes.
So people know.
Yes, there'll be three of them.
Okay, there'll be
In
three.
August.
In August.
Yep.
And the local fire department will stay for those. as well.
They will stay for those.
Now, I see you have another Seinfeld night, which is
Seinfeld
exciting.
night.
Larry Thomas, the soup nuts.
The Soup Nazi is
no
coming.
soup for you, right? Is that
An
what you
American
said?
Girl night for the
American
kids.
Girl night?
Oh, yeah. Ray?
Bluey and Bingo are back.
I don't know these
Now,
kids.
you have to explain, Claire talked to us about it, but we want you to tell the fans about the fact that this year you have a Kane County Cougar official drum line.
An official drum line, a local group that does events around town is going to actually do several games here at the ballpark. I mean, who doesn't like a drum line? You know what I mean?
Everybody
The
loves a good
energy
drum line.
that goes behind it, and all the. I mean, it's just amazing. So yeah, we're going to have an official drum line. They're going to have Cougars, swag to wear, and it's really exciting.
Then we have our guy. We ran into him in the concourse last year, and I see he's there at least 4 or 5 times. Tyler's amazing balancing act.
Tyler will be back. Yes.
He balanced my glasses on.
Right, up his nose or his
yes,
chin or
it
something.
was
The first time I met him, I thought he was just a guy walking through the park.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on
He's
staff.
all over the place. He
Yeah.
does events all over the country. I'll tell you another thing that's going to be a big event is we're doing a Snoopy custom bobblehead this year.
Oh, my.
For Peanuts Night. We've never had the opportunity to do a Snoopy custom Cougars bobblehead.
You got a Minecraft night.
I need to get that for my collection. I might add.
You got Ozzy. What is this one? Oh, Wizard of Ozzy.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
I get it. It's a play on that movie.
Now show
Star Wars, of course.
Star
All right,
Wars.
and show you showed it once, but show the fans your championship ring again.
I'll have to show the.
And then they get replicas on Friday, June 13th. They
Yep.
come here. They'll have a replica of that ring.
What a beautiful ring. And it's going to be a replica ring. It's going to look just like this.
Without the diamonds and the gold.
Without the diamonds and the gold.
And you're looking through the promotions. You have various cap nights, a Hawaiian bucket hat night, opening night. You're giving away caps.
Yeah.
That's May 8th, Thursday night. That's not a Thursday opening night.
But it'll be a big night. It is a Thursday.
Oh, it
It'll be
is?
a big night for us.
Oh well,
We're back. I
yeah.
don't think we're thirsty, though.
It's opening night.
After 10 days in Ireland.
And we've got a Rubik's Cube night this
I
year.
see that on-
We've never
on-
given away a custom Cougars Rubik's Cube.
June 12th
Yeah.
on that one. And so, can I mention one more that I have to maybe show up here for the vest jersey night.
Yes.
You give away jerseys.
Remember how years ago teams would wear jerseys that were vests and they had the long sleeve underneath? We actually did it for several years. So we're bringing that back. It's sort of a retro type
Nice.
thing.
Nice.
You got a great concert schedule. The website tells about all the different people coming here, but I want to just have you comment on one in particular that's on Saturday night, June 28th, the Taylor Swift Experience.
That'll be a real knockout concert. It's a cover band for a Taylor Swift cover band on our Eras night. So that should be a lot of fun. A lot of good prizes and giveaways. We're doing jerseys too. We're giving away Taylor Swift custom jerseys that night. It's going to be a great night. Just like before.
And the tight end from the Batavia Bulldogs will be there. It's Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
right. It'll be a cutout,
We cut it.
right?
They're still dating.
Couple more items to talk about. One, our friend, Joe Brandt, went to the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was a longtime Cougars broadcaster on Cougar TV, which is American Association Television. And so he was on there and he got the job. But our other guy, who we became friends with last year, a good old Notre Damer, and he was second man, 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 has moved up to the top spot, huh?
𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 will be our number one guy. He's been around here for a little while. He's been learning under Joe, and he'll be a great addition to our broadcast team for sure. I mean, as far as being the number one guy.
I understand.
Pardon?
Soon to be married.
Yeah, soon to be married this next month, I believe.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so his focus is a little bit,
Is it home plate? He'll be married on home plate?
No, he's going somewhere else for that.
Well, you need a pinch hitter for a couple of days. You have my phone number.
Right.
Now, last item is a traditional thing with us.
But let's go back to Joe Brandt. How about that? I mean, he goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins. You know what I mean? Right. That's pretty cool.
Well, major league, and
it's major sport.
Actually, when we talk about this, you must know this. You've been in this business for a long time. How many of these guys at the minor league level? How many years do they toil? The word toil probably is bad, but their goal always is to be in the show
in a major sport.
Yes.
Yep.
Whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or hockey. A lot of them toil for numbers of years.
For sure. But we've been lucky. We've had Wayne Randazzo.
Yeah, Angels.
We've had Scott Fransky with the Phillies. We had the late Dave Wills.
Tampa Bay, and the White Sox.
The White Sox. Right. And now we've got Joe Brandt with the Penguins. I mean, that's a pretty impressive list of guys that have come from here onto the big, the major sports. Joe is ironic because Joe started here in 2014 when we won a championship with the Cubs.
No.
And then he leaves here in 2024 when we win the championship.
Bookends.
Yeah, he's got bookends.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, now to the last question. Of course, the last question, we move away a little bit from, although we know Kevin might have a question or two to toss at you here, and we're going to keep that the last one. You never know. We decided to incorporate Kevin into the interview here, just the voice out of the wilderness. Mm-hmm. But our question is, you always got to put on the table who you believe will be playing for the Major League World Series title this fall. Last year you had Baltimore and Philadelphia. Reasonable guesses. They did make the playoffs.
Yeah.
What does your crystal ball say this year, Curtis?
This year, I usually don't like to pick the teams that everybody thinks is going to make it, but I really believe that the Dodgers are going to make it from the National League. I think they have too much talent, too much depth. And on the other side, the American League, I'm feeling the Red Sox. I feel like the Red Sox got some good pickups, some good pitching. They got a lot of young talent. So I'm thinking Dodgers, Red Sox, World Series. That's my picks.
And just as far as the playoffs are concerned, you do see our friends the Cub doing well enough to be in the playoffs.
Yes, for sure. I think the Cubs have a nice little team they put together. I don't think they're going to win a World Series, but I think they got a nice little team that is going to compete, make the playoffs. After that, who knows? But I don't see them going that far.
What is little about the Cub? What do you think they need?
Oh, man. I think they need some pitching still.
Third baseman?
Yeah.
That Bregman would have been nice.
Yeah, Bregman would have been nice. Yeah. I think he's done well for the Red Sox, obviously, so far.
Yes.
I think they need a few more, maybe a bat or two and a couple more pitchers, but that's probably the case with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And as a guy who constructs baseball rosters, how long is it going to take for the White Sox to get back into gear?
Oh my goodness!
When's the lockout?
Seriously, we joke around the office here that who's going to have more wins, the Cougars or the White Sox? Even though we play 100 games and they play 162 games.
Right.
Nothing against the White Sox.
No, listen. I'm a White Sox fan.
I am too.
Okay.
And I hope them. I hope they do well, and I wish them the best. But gosh, they got a long way to go. I think.
Yes.
I think the real question is: are you going to have attendance numbers that exceed the Sacramento A's?
Oh, that's another good question.
Well, Sacramento will probably average about 8,000 or 9,000 for the year. They have a 15,000 seat ballpark.
Average attendance per game will be 8,000 or 9,000.
Well, that's what I've been watching it. It's been about 8,000 or 9,000.
Well, you're going to be there this summer, right?
I'm going to a Sacramento. I don't want to call them. They just call themselves the Athletics, but I've got to get that as a ballpark. So I've been to all the ballparks. But yeah, I'm going to go to a game out there. But
that's awesome. Add to your list.
And Tampa's the same way. They're playing in a ballpark that only holds 11,000.
Steinbrenner Field.
Right.
Yeah, late George Steinbrenner.
All I know is that Sacramento's warmer than Oakland.
It might be too warm,
Might be
as a
like
matter of
twice as
fact.
warm.
It might be in the 90s.
Right.
We wonder if our crafty cinematographer has any questions. You got one for us, Kevin?
Yeah, I know you don't have the full roster put together, but who do you think the top players that we should be watching this year from the Kane County Cougars?
You know, it's the core that we have back. You know, the Josh Allen and Gally Cribbs down the middle. We've got Trendon Craig back, who's our leadoff hitter, was always in the top 10 in hitting all year. Armand Upshaw, another solid player. I think the lineup itself is pretty good. We might need a catcher. We might need a first baseman that hits with power, things like that. But I think pitching is going to be super solid too. And I think that, you know, when you look at some of the guys returning from last year, whether it's a starter, relievers, or even the closers, I think we're really solid with pitching. And we'll see what happens. I think that I really believe we're going to win another championship with what we have so far.
You know, Rizzo's still out there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody has picked him up.
Seriously, I agree.
We're waiting on an injury probably.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody will get hurt.
Well, our time has just flown by, as it always has, when we sit and chat with you. And I think this is a note to Paul Stukel, our producer. I think you need to get out there and shop for one of these gold jackets, because on his next interview, whenever that may be, this year or again next year, he's reached the time where we have to present a gold jacket for the most interviews on just a couple of guys, and we couldn't have a better guy to talk to, because, you know, we just sit here like we're sitting in a bar somewhere.
Seriously, this is just so easy.
It'll probably
really enjoy it. I
more,
really enjoy this.
More of a raincoat than a jacket.
Oh,
Well, we haven't defined it yet, but it's going to be gold. That's Pat put the label on it, and I kind of concur with it. Somebody, you know, for a long time interview deserves some kind of jacket, so we'll have to work on
gold
that.
jacket.
All right. But Curtis, we look forward to our adventure at the ballpark. We'll be probably talking to a few of the players that Kevin points out, and other fun activities while we're here. Thanks a bunch for all you do for us, and we appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys. We appreciate
Thank you, Curtis.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Curtis Howe, the award-winning general manager of the Kane County Cougars. We're going to take a small break. Pat and I have some closing remarks to make when we return. You stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. Looking to make your next move stress-free? Meet MK Movers, your trusted local moving experts. Family-owned and operated, MK Movers is dedicated to providing seamless, reliable service, from packing and storage to long-distance moves. Their experienced team treats every move with care and professionalism, ensuring your belongings arrive safely. Plus, with their eco-friendly recycle box program and commitment to transparent pricing, you'll experience a move that's both easy and responsible. Whether it's across town or across the country, MK Movers is here to help you move forward. Visit www.mkmover.com to learn more. Well, we're back, and Kevin's making us laugh right out of the gate here. Actually, I thought that was a very good question Kevin asked about that. Yeah, I'm going to use this when I play poker to cover my cards.
Buy dinner in Ireland with this.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
First of all, some reaction here. He is such a amenable guest, isn't he?
He's a wonderful guy, and we're very, as the Fox Valley, we're very lucky to have this team here. You know, it's amazing what they bring to the Tri-Cities and Geneva. It's fantastic. We're lucky.
And I'll commend you fans out there by saying you know this already. I'm not telling you don't know that you lead the league in attendance. You support this team on a regular basis. Over 5,000 strong per game last year, with five-figure crowds at least a few times during the year. And so that says a lot about baseball. The fact that we have 2 professional teams within 40 miles here, major league teams, and then you have a array of minor league teams. The Cougs stand out here, and Curtis is to be. He's the lead guy in terms of running it on a regular basis. He's to be commended immensely for the job he does. As he told us, he didn't stop work after they won the championship.
Especially at this level, the general manager's involved in picking out what swag they're going to sell, what hot dogs they're going to sell, what firecrackers they're going to use, and what ball players are going to fill the roster. So he's a jack of all trades. What was the name of the guy at the circus? Barnum?
P.T. Barnum?
Yeah, he's P.T. Barnum of the Cougs.
You got a little Bill Veeck in him, actually.
A little Bill Veeck.
And that's an ultimate compliment as far as I'm concerned, to be called Bill Veeck. I thought it was always the guru of fun at the ballpark.
We're going to teach him how to juggle, and he'll have everything, right?
Well, he kind of, at the ballpark, he takes a low key, though. You don't see it. I see him walking around, but he doesn't. He just wants to make sure everything's in the right place at the right time.
You got to delegate, right, as you know.
While we talk to him, this is our annual. Since we're talking baseball, this is our annual event as far as the preseason is concerned. Although major leagues have been playing now for almost a month. He made his picks for Major League Baseball. Why don't you tell our audience who you think will be in the World Series, and I will do likewise, and we'll go from there.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Philadelphia and Texas, only because some people like the Yankees, so I want to go somewhere else. So Philadelphia and Texas.
Texas is the Phillies are going to have a dogfight in that East with the Mets all year long. The Mets have a good team; they're in first place now. They're playing this week, but I agree that the Phillies are going to be heard from. They'll be in the playoffs, as will the Mets, I think. And the Cub and so on. But I got to still go with the chalk in the American League and the Yankees. They just look awesome. I mean, that offense is something else, and it's hard to bet against them, let's put it that way. I don't necessarily want them to be the American League champs, but I think they will be the American League champs. In the National League, it'd be easy to say the Dodgers, but I will say that maybe this is the Padres' year. Down a little 100 miles south of LA.
Absolutely fine with that, by the way.
Well, yeah, I know. It'd be nice for San Diego to have a championship. They've never had a baseball championship, and the fact is they have no other sports teams there any longer. The Chargers left. The Clippers left, and the Seagulls. They are minor league hockey.
How many Super Bowls have those Chargers won? Is that right?
0. Yeah, exactly right. Although they did win an AFL championship with Jack Kemp.
Lance Allworth.
Back in the 60s.
Bambi.
Hey, we got some promotion to talk about here, and our sugar daddy, I can say it that way, Fox Valley Magazine, and its fine publisher, Kevin Ketchum, and the editor, our producer, Paul Stuckel, they're using a promo here. You need to listen to this. Why don't you deliver the mail here?
Apparently, you can buy one reserved seat. Excuse my voice. You buy one reserved seat and you get one for free. Use the promo code FVMAG.
FVMAG.
This excludes, of course, the Sunday free feast, which is...
Curtis explained that. That's in and of itself a value. So,
quite a thing.
But any other game.
Right, that's correct.
You go online and do this.
So 2 tickets for the price of 1. You can't go wrong. Looks like this. If you want to see it on your Instagram or Facebook, that's the advertisement, and you can scan for more information. Or I imagine you could help the magazine for more information.
I suppose so. And also, while I'm on the subject of, listen, Curtis was very good. He explained a lot of things, but you can go to kccougars.com, get your tickets now for the season, and on there, they have a beautiful display of all the promos, the schedule, the events, the entertainment, the food values. It's all there for you. So there's no reason not to go to kccougars.com, one of our fine sponsors here on Just a Couple of Guys.
I think we would be remiss if we didn't thank Claire.
Claire is here again. Our friend Claire, who sets a lot of this stuff up. She works in the Cougars front office.
Right.
Has been a valued employee here. We interviewed her last year.
That's right.
And Claire will probably set us up with some various things to do here as we come to Northwestern Medicine's field for the summer.
That's right. She does great work.
The next time I see you, my friend, I think we'll, and I say the same thing about our crafty cinematographer, I'll see you at the Terminal 3 at the airport, O'Hare Airport, Aer Lingus, and our journey for the first time, just a couple of guys, goes international.
That's right. I feel like it's a Abbott and Costello movie.
I hope it doesn't turn out that way.
That's right.
I hope we would. Well, I shouldn't. We want to have some fun. We definitely want to have some laughs.
Right.
And we'll have Kevin. He'll be laughing his head off. And we promised that we would not. We promised the tourists that we would not do any filming of them while we're eating supper.
Right.
We promised them we would not do anything while they're having a beverage after dinner.
What I call the George Bailey moment when you're in the bar by yourself crying.
but I do think that we will give our cinematographer permission that while we're in a pub, that you and I, perhaps talking to the bartender or whatever, that's filmable. Sure. I think that'll
or if we're regaling or we're singing.
Yes,
perhaps
we'll have no problem
right.
being on. So we're giving you that authorization, Kevin. Right now, Kevin, are you looking forward to this trip?
Oh, immensely. It's going to be a great time.
He says it so enthusiastically.
Well, he's got to do work. You and I are just, we're. You talked about
on a daily basis. He ships things back to the boss.
That's right.
And by the way, just so you know,
not to Starlink.
Just a couple of guys. While we're in Ireland, we'll be on a daily basis almost showing you little vignettes of our trip.
That's
and
right.
so you can see that you find that on YouTube. You can find it on the Fox Valley Magazine website. You can find it on Facebook. Pat and I post our podcast on our own Facebook pages. We have a lot of friends out there.
It's almost like a video log or a travel log in video form.
Well, I'm ready to roll. I think we're going to have a great time. And we're hoping that for those of you who chose not to come this time, we're hoping that this will be the prelude to a second trip sometime next year and another country, and perhaps you'll be thinking about
Italy. My choice is Italy.
Now, this presupposes that Ray doesn't get hired as the play-by-play guy for the Cougars. You know, you have to be in the podcast.
I want to thank Pat publicly for lobbying Curtis to let me do some play-by-play work with the Cougars. Actually, I would not do that. I would not want to take that over. I'd do a little color work, perhaps.
Well, whatever they allow.
Describing that home run. Boy, he blasted that thing out of the ballpark.
That's right. It'll be fun for all of us to watch you do that. I know you wanted to do it for a long time.
Well, I appreciate you lobbying that. We'll see what happens on that. So it's time for us to go home and pack.
I got to do more than that. I got to shop, pack.
All right.
I have to get euros somehow.
I already got my euros today.
Phil
I got my euros today,
coat.
and I want to thank the president for jacking that price up even more. Enough said. So for our crafty, and I mean crafty, cinematographer, because today this was special. This is always a special interview, and he set up very nicely. Kevin Ketchum, publisher of Fox Valley Magazine. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. For my Irish partner, and I say Irish because I know he's going to the homeland and is going to just absorb everything.
I may not come back.
He may not come back. He's already given us instructions. Should he pass?
Should I pass?
He's already told us that he wants to stay. He wants the body to stay.
Are we going to see the cliffs or no?
Oh God, yes. Well, not that.
Just roll me off the cliff.
You'll see the wild Atlantic Ocean. And, it'll be something else.
I love a good salmon.
You'll be able to have salmon.
Yeah.
Pat Crimmins, he's already describing his trip for it. And yours truly, Ray Rogina, wishing you all a pleasant week. It's going to get warmer, and May will be here. And Kentucky Derby, don't forget that either.
Oh, yes, and Cinco de Mayo. My
Mayo.
daughter graduating from college.
Congratulations to Nora Crimmins.
Big May.
On on her graduation from Nebraska,
Yeah.
the University of Nebraska.
And she got an internship. Life is great.
All right.
All is well.
It's Ray and Pat.
Pat and Ray.
Just a couple of guys. Thanks to Curtis Haug for a fine interview. We'll see you in Ireland. So long, everyone.